off yesterday afternoon from home and drove 3 or 4 hours, mostly in the dark. And last night we found this particular spot just right off the side of the road. And it's pretty nice when you can just pull in. We're kind of close to the highway, which is behind me. But when you can just pull in and there's all of this amazing Mojave Desert to explore and to look at.
So we're getting ready here to have a little bit of what I call the most important meal of the day. Yeah.
I feel bummed I forgot my coffee cup.
I know. The dangers of overlanding.
So we are going to venture into Kofa and see what we see.
Whoa! It's a little sandy right here.
A little sandy and bumpy. All right, so here we are. We have officially entered Kofa Wildlife Refuge.
I think it's just Kofa Wilderness.
So far, no wildlife.
Well, we're just headed south from 2-track off of I-10.
On Hovater Road.
Just don't be a Hovater.
Don't be a Hovater. You don't ever want to sit on one of these or step on it. It's got all these like crazy little barbs, and then it gets in your stuff and hurts. Okay, we stopped at an open pit mine. Oh, and Zach found a really cool old 7-Up bottle.
Fresh up with 7-Up.
Let me see it. Ah, 7-Up.
You like it, it likes you.
You like it, it likes you, and that's cool. So we're pretty close to the Hovater Homestead. My guess is that this open pit is Mr. Hovater's. I guess he mined gold and silver, but mainly manganese. It's more like a crevice. Oh no, that's definitely an open pit. Let's see. Here we go. Can you see it behind me? I don't know. It's kind of hard. Here's the open pit. It's hard to tell what he was mining. Definitely some lagging or something there, holding up the sides. We made it down to the Hovater Homestead. And really, there's nothing left. But Mrs. Hovater was an avid botanist and really enjoyed working with different plants. And in this case, lots of ocotillo and saguaro. And this was their driveway. And she lined their whole entire driveway with these beautiful saguaro. And check this out. She had all these really beautiful little gardens. And I appreciate this. I mean, she did all this chinking here. Must have been a beautiful sight back in the day. So I guess Mr. and Mrs. Hovater lived out here, I believe, from the 30s all the way up into the 70s, or at least Mr. Hovater. He passed, I think, in 1974. And I guess somewhere out here they had gas or propane or something like that, and Mr. Hovater and one of his daughters was, they were doing some maintenance on the propane, and one of the other daughters brought something over that was flammable, or there was a flame or something happened, and there was a very large explosion, and one of the daughters actually passed due to some pretty severe burns. But it doesn't seem like a tragic place. Seems like a special place. Did you find the cemetery?
Yeah, right here.
Oh, wow.
Dr. Hovater and
His daughter?
Barbara Lindsay. Glad they were able to be buried here.
Yeah. Oh, that's sweet. Well, if you've got to be buried out in the middle of nowhere, this isn't too bad.
Do Hilton. Reservations 1-800-445-8667. This could be your home for a little while. Let's unlock.
Okay. We're
Wow.
now entering the Hoodoo Cabin. Oh my goodness. Okay.
This is cool.
All right. Right hand rules. We're going right. Whoa. What did it say on the plaque outside?
said Hoodoo Hilton, so we're at the Hoodoo Wells.
Wow, so in a pinch, or just because you want to, you could definitely stay here. Check out this old burner, this old wood burning stove. Wow, that's really cool. And it doesn't smell bad in here. A lot of the time when you come to places like this, it's stinky. It smells like rat poop or something. Let's go into the kitchen.
Now that's a hot dog skewer. This thing is for real.
We do like a good wiener. There's the kitchen. Oh wow, look at this old stove. Wow, this place is amazing. What a great old place. I could definitely stay in here. It's very, very clean.
I mean, it's not super clean.
Please do not use kitchen stove. It's kind of a no-brainer. All right. I'm impressed. Hoodoo Cabin.
We left the cabin and continued up the trail to see what was around the next bend. Look.
Look, wait. See, there she is. There she is. Where'd she go? Try to be quiet. There she is.
In many parts of the Kofa Refuge, trails were created in washes as they were the easiest way to navigate the area.
We're on a crazy crazy deep wash. And we've been having a silly time. Right, so we're gonna go through this little pinchy squeezy area right here. It's maybe just a hair smaller, woo, I'm falling in holes, than the width of the truck. Oh my, and then, wow. So we thought this was the trail, but clearly it is not the trail. So not the trail.
But if you had a Jeep on 40s, this might be a good time.
Big wash.
Big wash.
So we drove through this amazing wash for what, miles?
Maybe 4 or 5 miles, yeah.
4 or 5 miles.
It's the majority of the trail here, getting to this campsite.
Getting to this spot.
I was driving through a giant wash of gravel.
What did you like about it?
It was big and washy.
Ooh, I'm burning.
Just fun.
I can smell my pants. I'm burning. I'm sitting too close to the fire. Burning. Yeah, so it was a pleasant drive. Nothing technical, nothing crazy. It's actually really relaxing.
Yeah, it's like a tour of the desert.
Yeah, a tour of the desert, really beautiful, mellow roads with lots of cactus and creosote and wildlife. We saw lots of hawks. Full moon should be rising pretty soon, so we'll see if we can capture that over in that direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sleeping wild. We were way off the grid.
Sleeping wild. Yeah.
Yeah, we were out there.
All right, y'all. Night and night. Bye. Oh, yeah. So here comes this moon. I think it's full tonight, and it's coming over this really amazing butte. Oh, wow, that's pretty epic coming over that butte. Isn't that amazing?
In the morning, we had a breakfast provided by our chickens before we hit the road.
We stumbled upon this beautiful grassy area. To me, it looks like a place where animals would bed down. Let's go see what Zach's doing.
This is Wilbanks Road, another trail and a wash that would eventually lead us up onto a high plateau where we would see an uncommon sight here in the desert. This is a crested saguaro, thought to be formed by a genetic abnormality among the species. They're extremely rare, this being the third one I'd ever seen despite years of travel in the Southwest. As we walked a couple hundred yards over to this saguaro, Ruta realized there were chunks of chalcedony and fire agates littered all over the ground. Honestly, this thing creeped me out a little bit, with its alien-looking face and its weird posture. Next up was a visit to the Kofa Cabin. It's one of the oldest structures in the region. It's definitely a curiosity as the building just kind of stands out against the backdrop of the rest of the valley.
this is the Kofa Cabin. All right, and very much like the Hovater Cabin and the Geologist Cabin that we visited in Death Valley, there are an assortment of lovely things to partake in. For your reading enjoyment, some Reader's Digest. Oh.
Just you needed a pound of
enchilada
sauce. I guess you could drink that in a pinch.
Ooh. Yes. Some whiskers.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Woodford Reserve?
Well, you could definitely stay here in a pinch. It's pretty clean. Smells pretty good. You've got an old wood burning stove, roof over your head, a place to eat, some cots. All right, well, not as exciting as I was hoping for, but the Kofa Cabin. Let's walk outside.
So yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about our shower system that we have for life on the road here. A product that we really enjoy and that's made our trips a lot more enjoyable, especially when you get a little bit gamey on the road. You might be like, ooh, a little stanky after a couple days. Smelly. Things aren't as fresh as they could be. We bought this Zodi Extreme SC hot shower system. It's this tank here. It's pretty much just like an old style fire extinguisher tank piss pump. The idea with this is that you can either heat it on a camp stove or a burner that's provided with it. We kind of like the camp stove a little bit more. It seems to be less susceptible to wind and heats it a little bit faster. It still takes about 30 minutes to heat up. It's about 5 gallons of water. Thing's about 50 pounds full, but yeah, it's been great. You can get a really toasty hot shower. As you can see behind us, we've got a little shower enclosure to keep everything nice and warm. One of the things that we really like about it, let me turn this around here, is it's got this little thermometer strip on there, and it tells you exactly how hot you're heating it. We both like a really hot shower, so we use the extra propane to get it up to about 110, and then it keeps the shower pretty hot. So the first person that goes is usually Ruta because she likes a roasty shower. And then by the time I get in there, it's the temperature of the water is still about 100 degrees. How it works, it's got this handle up on the top, and we just pressurize the tank. It takes about 20 cycles of that pump to get it all pressurized. And then we've got the output here that has a valve with a handle and a threaded attachment. Now the threaded attachment goes to this hose. It's about I don't know, 6 feet long ish, and comes with this less than great nozzle, but for showers on the road it's okay. Yeah, this product is awesome. We're not sponsored by Zodi at all. This is just something that we discovered a few years back and has made life a heck of a lot better for us on the road, and a lot cleaner, fresher, less smelly.
All right, so we had a really great night. There was the most amazing blood moon, sort of like,
yeah, full moon, red as it could be.
Yeah, so we watched that rise.
That was fantastic.
Really beautiful. I don't know if I've ever seen the moon look like that. It was just this really deep orangey red color, and it was really slow to rise, and then the whole landscape was just really sort of like this pink color. It was really beautiful. Had a nice fire, probably too many adult beverages, listened to some music, howled at the moon.
And just enjoyed the desert with our, for our last night. But now we're headed out. Most of these roads are, pretty flat and pretty mellow and more or less high speed on the way out.
Not very interesting.
Not very interesting out to I-10. Yeah, another successful trip.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll catch you later. Whoa! Why all these flies? Woo! Whoa!